Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Friday, April 25th, 2025. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And how did you find it?
I found it a breeze.
Good.
Yeah, I just breezed right through it, which was amazing because it was a Friday puzzle.
Yes, indeed.
And it certainly looked like a Friday puzzle. There
Right.
were not a whole lot of black squares there. But no, it came to me fairly quickly.
Well, good.
What about you?
I found it to be much easier than Thursday's. The author had the decency to not take all the things I don't know and cram them into one corner. So, yeah, I started getting fill in all areas of the grid fairly quickly, and I thought this is a good sign.
Yeah.
So, although I started off slowly with one across Cold War lines, I went for Axis powers. So, wrong war.
Yep.
Should have been, because it was a Cold War and it was the Soviet bloc.
That is right. That is right.
There were some interesting clues in that area. One down, she learned Arabic in December 2015. Siri.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what would that be.
That was sort of, yes. Yeah. I know. I was thinking of, like, they have these apes that they teach various languages. And I think I had the first, and I had both eyes. And so I was thinking of like Kiwi or Kiki, or trying to come up with something that sounded like an ape name, but it was Siri. Next to it, two down, home to the Bahla Fort, a UNESCO World Heritage site. And the answer was Oman.
Right.
Have you ever heard of the Bahla Fort before?
No, I have not.
Me neither. Now I want to go see the Bahla Fort.
Oh, okay. That could be our summer adventure.
Yes. How'd you do with 4 down, fighting Big Ten team?
Oh, I got that right away.
Illini?
The Fighting Illini.
Okay.
Brought me back to my youth when I lived in Illinois, and we followed the Fighting Illini. Watched them play basketball.
I thought 6 down was interesting. It was stops briefly to rest, takes 10. Had you heard that phrase before?
Yep.
Takes 10?
Takes 10.
You've heard takes 5.
I've heard take 5. Or I've also
Take
heard
5?
Take 10.
Take 10?
Yep.
I think I like the idea of take pie. It'd be something you do like if you worked at Baker Square. And they said, take a break, take pie.
That wouldn't be a very long break.
Yeah. No, but it would be a delicious one. Well, I don't know. Those are pretty big pies. It could be forever. 8 down, blank saltado, traditional Peruvian dish. I just said, I will just not even try. It was lomo. Lomo saltado.
No, I didn't know. I thought, well, maybe it's a la, or maybe it's polo, because I think polo is chicken. Oh. But it was lomo.
So what does lomo mean?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we have any lomo saltado fans out there, but if there are any, please send us the recipe. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com.
Yes, that would be interesting.
We had 24 across R&B singer Ella Blank, and it was Ella May, M-A-I.
That's right.
And I started listening to some of her music, and it's pretty amazing. Oh, okay. So I'd like to thank, once again, Will Shorts and Adrian Johnson, who actually wrote this crossword, for directing me to Ella May.
Very good.
And then we had 40 across, blank Toretto, female protagonist of the Fast and the Furious films, Mia. So we had May and Mia.
May and Mia.
And that goes along with 13 down, which was bland, and 14 down, which was sand. Bland sand.
Well, there's just all kinds of interesting pairs here, aren't there?
Right.
I noticed one, 17 across, booked it, which was in the upper left corner, and that was ran like mad.
Yes.
And that kind of went along with 58 down, which was in the bottom left corner, which was, once again, having trouble here.
It was entered with heavy, awkward steps.
Right, and that was lumbered in.
Yes.
So we ran like mad, or we lumbered in.
Right. And we had another great one, sort of relating to speed. 60 across, things feared in the 80s and 90s, question mark, and it was speed traps.
Speed traps, yes.
That was a good clue. Because
don't they still have speed traps?
No, they mean if you're driving like 80 or 90 miles per hour.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Yep. We had above that 56 across, award-winning actress for The Bear, Ayo Edebiri.
That's right.
Are you familiar with Ayo Edebiri?
Only from the crossword.
Okay.
We've seen her name before. It's usually like blank Edebiri or Ayo blank from The Bear. It's usually her first or her last name, but I can see why it's a popular clue because there's lots of vowels in there.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, I don't know her work, but it makes me want to watch that show, see what she does.
Right above that, we had 49 across, prepares for a marathon in a way, carbo loads.
Carbo loads.
So that's going to be my excuse whenever I'm at Olive Garden. I'm not binging here and carbo loading. I'm preparing for a marathon that I will never run. But just in case,
you'll be prepared.
I will be fortified.
Very good.
I didn't understand 45 across. You may find it hard to swallow. Caplet. I thought the whole point of caplets was they were supposed to be easier to swallow.
Well, yeah, but maybe if it were extremely large caplet, it might be hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's like the size of a dinner plate, I mean, at some point you just have to say, no, thank you. Or could you break that up?
I liked 25 down. I thought that was kind of a fun clue. Plus all the rest and whatnot.
Yes.
That's a great phrase. I don't use that very often, but and whatnot. But yep.
We had 35 down next to that. What is it this time? And the answer was deep sigh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good too.
We had a clue similar to that the other day. It was not again, but deep sigh.
Deep sigh.
And 45 down being common component of a date, comma.
Yeah.
That was cute. Well done.
Yeah.
I ended up at, let's see here, 41 across. 41 across, it was just oi. And I had head snap.
Oh, head snap. That sounds painful.
Well, it was more painful than the correct answer of head slap.
Yes.
Which meant that 28 down, actor Dev of Lion was Patel, not Peyton.
No.
Were you familiar with Dev?
Yes, I was.
Dev Patel?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, see, that would have been instrumental. But, I mean, snap looked, you just sort of, you just reacted, you turned suddenly, you snapped your neck.
No, you don't. Even if you turn suddenly, I don't think your neck snaps.
I think that's a leading cause of death among people who are easily startled. It's just like, oh no, it's another head snap.
Yep.
You have to always make sure you're not near very interesting people.
Yeah.
Because you might turn your head very quickly to look at them and you're dead.
Yeah,
head snap.
You're gone.
Yep. As opposed to a head slap. Next to that 44 across, number that stands for letters in brief. That was GPA.
That's where I ended up.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, what could that be? But it's like, oh, head snap. No, head slap.
Wait.
GPA.
GPA, okay.
But I did a head slap when I figured out what it was.
I did a head snap. And then we had 44 down. Foolish sort was a goober. I like that. Didn't we have something like, was it dingus? Or doofus.
We had dingus.
Right. We had dingus the other day.
And now we have goober.
Yes, indeed. We had
many insulting words you can use for people who aren't very bright.
Yes. 37 down. Fell apart in spectacular fashion. I was just like, I should know this. Because I do that all the time. And turned out to be imploded.
That's right.
And let's see. There was one other one that I thought was sort of interesting. It was 36 down. 36 down was tell all Reddit sesh, and it was AMA. Ask me another.
Right.
I think we should have
ask me anything.
Ask me. We're right. Ask me anything.
Yeah.
I think we should host an AMA. The only trouble is people when they direct it to me, I'd just be like, I don't know. But I could have that phrase and just copy it, so I could just paste it in really quickly. I don't know.
No,
Where do you get your ideas from? I don't know.
Yep, that would work.
All right. Well, I think this was a great crossword.
Yep.
I think it deserves 5 squares on the JAM CR scale.
I would say so.
All right, we are unanimous in this. And again, this was by Adrian Johnson, his 11th.
Yep.
New York Times crossword since 2021.
Very good.
All right. Well, that is it for today. You want to place bets on how hard Saturday is going to be?
I think it will be super duper hard because this one was not quite so hard.
I think it's only going to have one black square in it.
If that.
That's right. If that. It's going to be all white. Yeah, I don't think you can construct a crossword like that. I don't think there are that many long phrases.
Boy, that would be a challenge for sure.
Well, whatever happens on Saturday, it'll be a challenge nonetheless. And that's it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Okay.
Remember, we love feedback. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com or click on the Send Fan Mail link.
Yep.
And we will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of that one black square crossword, maybe tomorrow.
Bye-bye.